Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Lee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for 90 Day Fiance the Other Way. This way, that way, the other way. Okay, season 2, episode 9. If I freak out, it's because I seen the fly. I let a fly out my house when I left out for work this morning, and I know it's around here somewhere, and it's going to come flying in my face. If I freak out, don't judge me, okay? Judge yourself. Anyway, if you have not done so already, please come on to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Okay, let's get ready to breathe it on out. Y'all ready? Let's get to it. Okay, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay? And remember to relax, to relate, to release, and always center yourself and whoever it is around you, because we know how tough it is in the world today. Okay? Now, do not forget you can also like this video, comment in the comment section. You can also hit the share button to share the video on your social media. Thank you very much. You can also follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. Okay? All that information is where? In the description box below and stuff. Okay? So, first up, we have, Ari and Benny. Okay? Girl, they still over there. She's only been there 2 days. She's been there 2 whole days. And her mama has already, as she said, forced us to come stay in her hotel because she didn't like the locations that Benny had picked. So we have to not stay with her. And so they in a hotel room with her mama. And, it's like 3 beds, like 3 twin-size beds. And so 2 of the twin-size beds, they push together. So they like together. And the mama is right there. But, I'm like, girl, if you like it, I love it, I guess so. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's so weird, being here with Benjamin in the bed and my mom's over there. Then why didn't you say, Mom, can we at least get another room? Come on, this is weird. We can't have sex with you over there. It's weird, okay? Anyway, they're going to view the hospital today because, again, the mama who's a nurse here in America wants to be sure that the hospital over there in Ethiopia is, up to her standards so her daughter can give birth or whatever. I feel like Ari brought her mama over here knowing her mama would hate everything. She would hate the hospital. She would hate this. She would hate that. So when Ari decides to come to America to have her baby, she could always blame her mama. Okay, I just feel like no matter what, she gonna end up coming back home to have that baby. And again, my mom wasn't happy and she would not let me stay because you brought her to let us see what was going on. But let's leave that be. So they get to the hospital. And it's a nice hospital. You know what I'm saying? It's clean. It has all the walls. It's nothing like the area where they stay at, which looks very dilapidated and just almost abandoned. It's a nice hospital. It looks to be a nice size as well. Now it's small as far as like the private rooms. They use like 3 people to a room, but if you want a private room, you have to just pay for it. You know what I'm saying? What if she needs like pain meds or whatever? They bring up how they do natural stuff first to try to help the pain. If that doesn't work, they have all the same meds we have here. She can get an epidural and this and that and that and this, and the nurse and doctor was showing the mom like the medicine. Oh yeah, y'all have that? Oh wow. Oh, y'all have everything. And the mom is, I'm surprised that it's clean, that they have a workflow, how things go and whatever, and they have good equipment. I'm looking like, I get what she meant, but why wouldn't you wait and see until you got there to say, oh, let me leave that be. But anyway, again, it's like a regular hospital. Not like ours, but it's still like really, really, really nice, for the most part. So the mom like, okay, it's fine. I guess you got a baby here. But leave that be. So we then since a few days later, and they sitting around like a little homemade makeshift tea coffee house over there and whatnot. And the mom like, I got some questions or whatever, because I also wish that the hospital was a disaster, because I could have then forced her to come home. But since it was not a disaster, I'm going to just ask all these questions and see if I can cause some trouble, okay? And so she asked him about clarification on why your first wife divorced and left you. You can tell it's a communication, difference between the two. And Ari brings up how, speaking to Benjamin in English, it takes patience because, again, the whole language where he's trying to make sure he gets what you asking him. He's able to respond and reply, correctly or whatnot. See, like what she found some messages from a female that was an old friend, and she got pissed because she didn't like it. And so she left me, and I tried to apologize about it and say I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying, she still left. Well, why did you apologize? Like, what did you do wrong? Like, was you cheating? He's like, well, no, but she was still upset, and he's trying to say like I didn't do anything, but she got mad regardless, and she left me, and she blocked me, and I just I can't get in contact with her. But the mama keep like doing question after question after question, and I'm like, calm down. And my mom was like, I'm saying she's on it or whatever. But I do wish she would leave him be. I'm like, well, tell her to be quiet, because the whole time Ari sitting there and she ain't saying nothing. Like not nothing. Like, Ma, it's okay. Like, I know already. Like, they divorced. What does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Well, because you had her pregnant, and now my daughter's pregnant. I just want to know, like, you know what I'm saying, will you be able to be here and take care of her? He's like, well, yeah, because I'm gonna do music and stuff. So I'm gonna make money to support her. I mean, I partially believe him. He gonna take care of her to the best of his ability, but the mama can't think, oh, he gonna take care of her how I would. He ain't gonna do that. He not gonna have your money. We have Tim in Malaysia. Oh no, Melissa. Her name is Melissa. So Tim has got to Colombia, okay, to be with Melissa, whatever, and they're both happy to see one another. He brings up how, usually we would visit, we both would be very, very happy, but I wonder, since I cheated and I ain't seen her in like, I think maybe 8 or 9 months or whatnot, I wonder if it'll be that same excitement to see me. I wonder too. So, she picks him up from the airport, and she's happy to see. They hug and kiss, and they're very happy. Now, he has his cat with him, and she has 2 dogs with her. I guess they're a family of 5. I'm like, I would not want all them animals. I cannot do it. Now, she sees him, and she's happy to see him and everything, but she then brings up he's gained, a lot of weight, like, and it's very noticeable. I'm looking like, well, that's okay. But if you see old photos of him, he was smaller. So I get what she mean, but I mean, I still feel like if a man said, oh, she got fat, it'd be like, what you mean? Why can't she get, I'm plus size positivity. Anyway, so they go into the car. She has a small car, and he's a tall guy. He's over 6 feet. And so it's him with all his luggage, 2 dogs and a cat, and it's a whole bunch of bullshit or whatever. He's like, I really wish that she would have left the dogs at home, because again, I have all this stuff, because I'm moving to Colombia, and it's me, and I'm big or whatever, car is small, and the dog, I say I guess she let them dogs. So they then go down, sit around or whatever, talking over dinner, over drinks and whatnot. And, she said, well, I hate to, keep talking about this and keep bringing it up, but like, you cheating on me. I'm looking like, he ain't been there, but he ain't even been there that long. She then asked, I just have more questions about you and the girl. And his thing is, it happened a year ago. We've talked about it in depth over this whole year. Like, I really thought that she would at least be past it enough to not keep asking questions about it, even if we're still trying to heal from it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because she's already asked me 18,755 questions. And then he like, look, it was a girl I was working with. It started off like this friendly conversation that kind of turned into flirting. Okay, and then I did invite her over to my house one night, but I thought I would be able to not cheat, but you know what I'm saying, I didn't do that or whatever, because I want a vagina. And then he brings up how I just really was just trying to satisfy my physical urges, because I was just tired of us living, stuff our way or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and I just didn't want, he said, it wasn't that I didn't want to be with you, I wanted to be with you, but I didn't want us to keep living so far apart, because he wanted his penis to have some vagina. Okay, he said, but if I told you that, if I said I want to be with you, but I don't want to live far, you would have done what you've always done, which is break up with me. And I did not want you to break up with me, so I just didn't say anything, and I fucking around and cheated. And I'm not, because you stupid, okay? But, so now it's my fault that you did? He's like, I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. But you always tell me to be honest and open with you, and I do that. You then get mad and break up with me, so I didn't want for you to break up with me again, so I just didn't say shit, and I ended up cheating. I mean, I feel like he seems sorry, and I think people have to understand, like, long distance relationships are very hard to deal with. It doesn't mean him cheating was okay, but I feel like if you have stayed with him, this year later, he didn't move to your country, like, I feel like you should be able to at least not keep asking questions about that. You know what I'm saying? But I digress or whatever. Now, I'm just like, I don't know if this gonna work. Because she not over it. She not over it, and I think he's over having to explain it or having to answer questions. And because I know her parents, I think her parents ain't over it either, and that ain't even it. They vagina their penis. But I'm like, it is what it is. We then have Devin and Jihoon. Girl, so she's been there for 2 days, and she said, "Oh my God, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, I don't have anything. He lied to me, he tricked me. I'm saying he hasn't shown me anything different." I'm like, "Girl, but you still went there. That's on you or whatever." So we see her mom, and the daughter and the baby, of course, going shopping at the local little market or whatever. They act like it was they acted like it was an amusement park because there's so much stuff there. And Drusilla's little daughter was running around looking at octopus and all these things, whatever. The daughter then wanted a live fish, not like a little goldfish, little playfish though. I mean a big sea bass caught in the ocean fish that she wanted, and then she sat there and watched them cut it up and cut the head off, and she was laughing. She's a little bit crazy. I've never known for a kid to sit and see an animal's head get cut off, and they like, "Ooh, the fish's head is." I'm like, "That's the girl." Watch her. But I said the daughter was a bit, look crazy a little bit. Anyway, we then see her mama at a restaurant, but because neither of them really speak, Korean, they don't know how to order food. The little translator machine thing Devin has, it don't work that well. Like at all, it don't work that well at all. So I'm like, you better off using, Google or something like that or whatnot. Because it keeps messing things up. And so the mom like, well, we just have to point and just hope it's okay. I'm like, oh, no, get a translator app. Okay, I want some chicken and some fish, some regular fish. Season it with some good seasoning and put it on my plate is what I would say. But again, they sit around and talking or whatever, and because they order food, they still didn't know what they ordered. They had to just eat it and see what it was. But she brings up how I feel like I just need to get my money together that I have left, and just go back home. Because I feel like I was tricked to come here, but I want to talk to his mom to get answers on why, he kept putting money in her account. And I'm like, well, common sense to me because he can't handle his money. Like, that's just common sense to me why he did that. But maybe I'm silly. So we do see that she goes to meet with Jihoon and his parents at like a little restaurant. And Jihoon is acting like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I just feel so bad for this." And I'm not, bro, bye. You knew what you was getting yourself into and you kept doing dumb shit, but I'm like, we're going to leave that be. Now the parents, bring up how they just want to get it figured out, like why she wants to leave so fast. So when Devin walks, Jihoon had walked out to get, I think, some water or something. And so when he walked back in, she had got there, and Devin was standing right there, and he walked right past her. Like, didn't say hi, didn't even try to help her with the kids. He said, "I just feel so bad. I can't face her." I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, they then start talking, but the translator thing isn't really working that well. It keeps messing things up or whatever. And Jihoon's English isn't that good. So basically, he fucked up. I know I fucked up. I know I lied to get you here, whatever, but I'm going to do better. And I put the money in my mom's account so that I wouldn't spend it. So the dad brings up how, well, that was a mistake. You should have been sending that money to her because she had the baby. Like, why would you send her that money? And then, I'm like, girl, it's kind of crazy. So Devin then brings up how, you told me 4 months ago that you would do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and I get here and you ain't did shit. So you tricked me. You tricked me. He did not trick you. You tricked yourself. Okay. Now the mom then said, "Well, give me the thing so I can talk and say what I want to say," because she wants to be able to say, like, explain to her that you gave me the money to put in my account so that when she got here, y'all would have money to do things with. That was the reason. I'm like, that does make sense. Because if her money running out, because my thing is, whether he had sent her that money then, he then would have just not had money when she got here. At least now they have a couple $1,000, Korean style money and whatnot, but I digress. And he brings up, well, even if I tell her that, like, she gonna get the intent behind why I did it, because she's just mad at me. I say, well, that's true as well. Now at this point in time, everyone is upset because the app ain't working right. It keeps translating the wrong words, not making any sense. Like, not making any sense. And I think it's because Ji-hoon is Ji-hoon is talking fast, and so I think so was the mom and dad or whatever, and so it's not catching what it's saying. So it was a mess. And then she felt like, you know what I'm saying, they just get more and more mad. It seems as if they're mad at me, and Ji-hoon it's just getting more and more upset and getting agitated. And so she then gets the thing and she says, "You scammed me. You tricked me. My life is ruined now. You ruined my life." And then that translated fine. And then he got pissed. You know what? Fuck it. Go back to America. He got up. He walked out. I mean, he didn't trick you. He didn't scam you. You didn't do your due diligence to make sure that what he was telling you was actual and factual. That's on you. He's a fuck up. He ain't the one you should be with, but you knew that the first damn time. You still had a baby with him and came to his country twice. Not on my watch. I would not have done that. Kenneth and Armando is next. Theirs was really easy breezy, beautiful cover girl, if you ask me, because basically it's about Ken wants Armando to feel more open, and he wants him to give, show PDA and all that. And Armando like, no, not yet. Armando brings up how Kenneth has been, one Kenneth's older. Two, Kenneth has been out way longer than Armando has been. Probably longer than he's been alive or whatever. Because of that, he like, I'm just not as out as you are, for one. And two, we in Mexico, okay? In Mexico, where, people don't like that here. So I'm always cautious of who's watching us. And I think this is a American white man doesn't get how things happen in other places, because America's different. Even though Americans here, still have to deal with people being dumb about people being gay, I think it's different when you are in a whole country who doesn't like it at all. And things can get dangerous in Mexico. And y'all both are new to that town. So I think Armando being cautious is smart. It's not like he's in his usual hometown. He kind of can know hospital. He know people. Y'all are both in brand new territory. So I think it's smart for Armando to say, like, it freaks him out being affectionate in public, because again, you just never know who's watching. And for the most part, Ken like, what, you right, I get it. I'm saying, let me back off. Let me wait it out. And that's really all there was. I'm saying, but I like how Ken like, I'm not going nowhere. I get you need more time. I'm gonna be here. Okay. Now when they go visit his family, that will be a time to tell to see what happens. But again, I feel like y'all both should get acclimated to y'all living situation, y'all location, how people feel there before you're out just all in public kissing and hugging and whatever, because I don't want someone who's an asshole doing something to y'all for living y'all life. It's not a thing where y'all should feel like y'all have to censor yourself of what y'all doing is wrong. I don't think that at all. I think, but you would still have to be aware of where you are and how you act. Like I always, people say, like in Georgia, in Georgia and Atlanta is good. You can walk around and be whatever. But if you go down south into them other cities, I'm seeing a black person walk around, I'm out Aubrey. You know what I'm saying? So I just mean, you have to be cautious where you are, because people sometimes are stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. But that's really all it was for them tonight. But I still love them or whatever. And then lastly, Brittany and Yazan. She's only been there 2 days. She's been there for 2 days and ain't nothing going right this shit. Mainly because I don't think her or Yazan realize they don't match. He wants her to fully, engulf herself in his culture, and she is just 100% dead set against it. And not only that, she's still married and he doesn't know just yet. So I'm like, that's kind of some foolishness. So, but they both want to make it work, so they go and talk to his uncle, okay? And the uncle, of course, is the one who is like dealt with other people, but because she doesn't speak Arabic, she has no idea what they're saying. So as Yazan is telling him, like, my mom and dad don't do this, they don't think that or whatever, they want us to get married immediately, she doesn't want to do that, she wants to wait for her father to get here. So he just catch them up on what happened or whatnot. And she's like, what are y'all saying? Like, what's going on? Like, well, I'm just telling them what happened or whatever. So the uncle, they asked, like, well, did she convert? He's like, no, not yet. She hasn't done that yet. He like, it's going to be hard for your parents to get that y'all need more time or whatever, because your dad is so conservative. You know what I'm saying? And he just thinks of things one way or whatever. And then Yazan brings up how his family doesn't really understand someone just dating. I say mainly because they be marrying cousins, but I mean that's neither here nor there. The uncle brings up how like, well, for one, with her not converting just yet, it's actually against their religion for them to force someone to convert against their will. So I'm looking like, well, that's a good thing to know, but does she know that? I don't think she do because she ain't looked into it, okay? And so she's like, look, I just want to know if your uncle can talk to your parents about giving us more time. Because, just say because I'm married. Slip that on in there, because I'm married. Boop. Okay, the uncle then say like, yes, I'll talk to the dad. I'm saying because I will get it fixed or whatever. And they're like, because we just want to be together. Once they see the show, they're like, see, that's some bullshit. She should have told Yazan immediately. Period. Because at least he's aware. It's one thing if he's aware. My TV scared the crap out of me. But I feel like she should have told him immediately that she was married, because at that point in time, he is aware of what's going on. He's fighting for something where he don't know the real reason they can't do it. If he knew the real reason, he may be able to help her lie to his parents. But I mean, she ain't gonna learn until they find out and they send her ass back to America. But let's leave it at that. Anyway, that was the whole episode. It wasn't much if you ask me, but it was what it was. I am Lee. This is JLeesCorner. Peace.